Title: The House That Changed Every Night. Part 1. The new home on Whisper Hill. When Amelia moved to Whisper Hill, she wasn't excited. She missed her old friends, her old school, her old room with the bunny stickers and pink curtains. Everything in the new house felt too quiet, too big, too unfamiliar. Her parents called it a fresh start, but to Amelia, it just felt like the middle of nowhere. The house sat alone on top of a windy hill. No neighbors, no shops. Just one long road and 1,000 trees. But the strangest thing about the house was that it changed. Just a little. Every night. One morning, Amelia woke to find her window had moved. Another night, her hallway seemed longer. On the fourth night, the doorknob to the attic was suddenly on the opposite side of the door. She told her parents, but they laughed it off. "It's just your imagination." But Amelia knew. The house was shifting, watching, and maybe it was trying to say something. Part 2. The Drawer with the Silver Key. On the seventh night, Amelia found a small drawer in her closet that hadn't been there before. Inside was a silver key, old, cold, and glowing faintly in the dark. She carried it all day in her pocket, wondering what it opened. She tried every door, every drawer, even the basement lock. Nothing. That night, she heard a creak. Then another. The hallway outside her room had stretched again. She followed it. Halfway down the corridor, she found a door that wasn't there yesterday. A round door, shaped like a circle, right in the wall. The silver key clicked perfectly. Inside was a tiny room filled with floating lights, like fireflies made of stars. In the center sat a boy, pale, quiet, and transparent. "Are you a ghost?" she whispered. The boy smiled. "I'm a memory of the boy who lived here before. What happened to you?" "I disappeared when the house forgot me. It changes to protect itself and to hide its secrets." Amelia stepped closer. "What kind of secrets?" The lights dimmed. The memory boy leaned in. "Secrets buried beneath the floorboards and in the walls. The house was built by someone who made sure it would never stay the same." Part 3. The Book with No Words. The next morning, Amelia found a book on her bed. No cover, no title. Every page was blank until she touched it. The words began to appear. Page by page, the book showed her stories of children who once lived in the house. One had found a staircase that led to a forest inside the walls. Another met a talking mirror. One girl fell asleep in a room made entirely of clock sand, never woke up. Amelia flipped to the end. The last page was herself, lying in her bed, eyes closed, with the words, "Unless she chooses her path before the 13th night." That night was the 12th. She ran to the round door, but it was gone. The hallway had shrunk. The house was folding in, changing faster, and when she looked in her mirror, her reflection was smiling, but she wasn't. Part 4. The Memory Room. Amelia remembered the boy's words. The house hides secrets. It forgets to protect itself, but it always remembers who listens. So she listened. She closed her eyes, listened to the walls breathe, the wind whispering through cracks, the house speaking, and then she found it. A heartbeat, thump, 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 in the basement. She crept downstairs, holding her silver key like a sword. There was a door beneath the stairs. She had never seen it before, but the key fit perfectly. Inside was the memory room. A giant spinning globe of the house floated midair, with glowing threads showing its changes, rooms forming, doors vanishing. And at the center, a single locked box. Amelia touched it. Inside was a second key and a note. "To remember is to remain. To forget is to fade." She turned the key. Suddenly, the house stopped shifting. Walls snapped into place. Doors locked into their proper frames. The spinning map stilled. Upstairs, her parents awoke shouting, "Amelia, what's going on?" The house had remembered. And in the hallway, the memory boy smiled one last time and vanished into light. From that night on, the house stayed exactly the same. But every once in a while, when the wind blew just right, Amelia would hear a soft creak behind her. And she'd whisper, "I remember." Subscribe to Magic Burrow before your house forgets who you are.